Hi everyone, welcome another week to a Spanish live lesson. This week the topic is going to be body gestures. So, well, it's a lesson a bit different than our normal ones, like more centered in grammar. But I hope that you're also looking forward to this one. So, as I always say, I'm going to be looking at your comments throughout the lesson. So, if you have any question or any comment that you might want to make, for example, since we are talking about body gestures this week, maybe you want to tell us if these are similar to the ones you use in your country, they are very different. What do you think about this? How would you feel if someone would make some of these gestures at you? Well, you can leave all your comments and questions during the lesson, and I will be looking at them. So, we're gonna wait for a little bit for some more people to join us over Facebook and YouTube. So I see that there are already some people joining us. Big Marcus, Frank, Amfel, Cody. He's asking, ¿puedes ver los cerezos en flor en Japón? So it's already the Hanami season, so the season of the sakura flowers, the cherry blossoms is already over. Sadly, it doesn't last much. So I did watch it, but not anymore. Eric is also joining us. So he says, tanto tiempo sin clases, casi que se me olvidó mi español. Last week it was holidays here, so there was no live lesson. I hope that still you kept studying Spanish, and I hope you are looking forward to this lesson. We also have Grace, Crescent, Onur, My Journey to Fluency. I hope that you get that. ¿Qué tal estás? Bien. ¿Tú qué tal? Howard also. So, Onur, hi to Turkey. So, hola para todos los que vivan en Turquía. Thank you for joining us. As I mentioned, the topic for this week is going to be body gestures. So in today's lesson, we are going to talk a bit about the non-verbal language that we use in Spain. So it is said that maybe we do it a bit unconsciously, but still non-verbal language is very important, and it has a huge weight in the process of communicating with someone. So I think it's very important that you know which kind of non-verbal language we use in Spain, so that you can get to communicate what you really want. Because you might be saying something with words, but maybe your body language, your gestures are saying another different thing. So I think it's really important to understand a little bit more about nonverbal language and about how it is used in the country that you want to visit, or whose language you want to speak. So I think we have some more people joining us. So Ricky, AJN007, Ali, Emma3. Hola everyone. We have also Jamel from Algeria, and Chona, Austria from Philippines. So thank you everyone for joining us. I think we are gonna start with our lesson. So as I mentioned, we are gonna learn a bit more about the nonverbal language in Spain. First, we are gonna talk about eye contact and personal space. And I know this can be especially very different between some countries and others. So in Spain, a strong eye contact when you are talking to someone is quite normal. Of course, there's a limit. If you look very intensely to someone in the eye, it can look a bit crazy. But still, I think that compared to other countries, we do tend to have a stronger eye contact with the other person, and also expect it in return. Like maybe if we see that the other person is not looking at us, we could feel that the other person is not really interested in what we are saying, or that person is not really empathizing with what we are saying. Sorry. So I think that's important. Then we have staring at someone. I know that that's considered rude in a lot of countries, and of course, if depending on how you are doing it, it could be also impolite in Spain. But like just staring briefly at someone is not considered very rude. Then another one is that when we are talking to another person, like we tend to stand or sit a bit closer, like to get closer to that person. And like the distance between the people talking is normally smaller than the distance maybe in some English-speaking countries. So yeah, I guess it's something you need to get used to, because I know for some people, yeah, if someone gets very close at you, it could be very uncomfortable. Of course, like you might feel that they are getting into your personal space. But yeah, it's true that in Spain that personal space is a bit smaller. Well, related to that topic, we tend to think that it's impolite if the other person, the person we are talking to, moves away or steps back. So yeah, we are getting closer to that person to talk to him or to her. If that person steps back, we normally feel that they don't really like us, or yeah, we get that feeling. So yeah, these are some important points about eye contact and personal space in Spain. I don't know if you might have any comment about your country, about how these are similar or different to where you live. But well, we are gonna follow with the next topic, which is body language. The first one, I think this one might be very, very different depending on where you're living. Is the fact that in Spain, we normally touch the other person to reinforce the message that we are telling. For example, it's very common to touch another person's the shoulder, maybe the arm or the leg, maybe if we are sitting. Also, for example, if we are talking about something serious and we want the other person to look at us and to pay attention to us, like it's common to like hold their shoulder down. So yeah, of course, like this should be also natural. Like you shouldn't, just because you know that in Spain we tend to touch more, like to do it very, how do you know, like to force yourself to do it, because it might give a wrong impression maybe. So yeah, I don't know if in your country you are used to this, or if you are more reluctant, like to touch the other person while talking. So yeah, that's an important point in Spain. And then another one is that while speaking, we are very expressive. We tend to use our hands a lot to speak and to express what we are saying. So yeah, I know that from other people's point of view, it might look like, I don't know, we are dancing or but yeah, we tend to use our hands a lot and to move a lot to like accompany what we are saying. So yeah, that's a bit about body language in Spain. Now we are gonna start talking about some common gestures that we use. So let me know if these are the same or not in your country. So yeah, we have first pointing at someone and pointing at something. So pointing at someone is considered impolite. I think I think that might be common in other countries. Pointing at something is considered okay, normal. Then calling someone. So to call someone, you just with your hand open do these gestures. With that you want to say come here. So come here in Spanish is ven aquí. Ven aquí, come here. Or acércate. Acércate. That's come closer. Well, I have written here just one finger. Sometimes, so you can do this also to tell the other person to come closer. Depending on how you do it, it can be a bit suggestive. But well, like sometimes if the other person is already close and you want to indicate that they should come a bit closer, you can do it with one finger and it doesn't have any other meaning, but it's true that depending on how you do it, yeah, it can be a bit, yeah, suggestive. And well, so before continuing, I would like to remind you that we have prepared a lot of PDF cheat sheets on our site. You can have access to them clicking in the link in the description below and signing up for a free lifetime account. In this PDF, you have a lot of vocabulary and useful phrases. They are divided by topics. So here you have, for example, romance and love. You have here a topic, for example, around town. There's another one about body, so that can be very useful for this lesson. So yeah, I invite you to click on the link on the description below and access this, and you can print them out or take them on your iPad or mobile phone and review them throughout all the week. So yeah, invite you to do that. Now we're gonna continue with gestures meaning good. So we have the thumbs up. I think that's pretty universal, right? And also the OK sign. Yeah, I think also in a lot of countries it is normal to use it. So in Spanish we could say, along with these gestures, me parece bien. Me parece bien. So that would mean I think it's okay, that seems good. Perfecto. Perfecto. So perfecto means perfect. So yeah, perfecto, you could say. Now we have gestures meaning don't or no. So this is very common with parents or their children. Like you extend your arm, point your index finger. Normally you also open a lot your eyes to make it more scary, and it's like no. So yeah, a common phrase that accompanies that gesture is no hagas eso. No hagas eso. Don't do that. So remember, like arms extended, pointing your index finger, and a scary face. The child will understand that immediately. So then we have here using the index finger to indicate yes or no. So yes could be like just, like up and down. We don't use that a lot. Maybe children tend to use that more. To say no, it would be like, from one side to another side. That's a lot more common. So, yep. Now we have another one, is using your fingers to count. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Then we have, there are some other meanings associated with the gesture we use for number 2. Well, peace, it's used right in a lot of countries, especially in Japan when they are taking photographs. For us, I know that in England also it can have a bad meaning, right? In Spain we don't have any negative association with this sign, it normally means, yeah, peace or I made it. Like to say like victory, like you got to do something. So we use that sign. And then, number 5 is with all your fingers extended. We use it to say stop. So yeah, stop. In fact, there are some traffic signs, traffic marks that have the symbol like this, like the open hand to indicate stop. And also when there's someone directing the traffic on the street, they also use this sign meaning stop. So that's very spread, like everyone understands it. When you want to maybe like direct the traffic to tell someone go ahead or keep walking here, like we normally like use also the extended hand and we direct it, like we move it to indicate where we want that person to go. So if you want them to keep walking, you could do this, or if it's behind you, you could do it like this. So yep. Then another one we have here is Cuernos. Cuernos. So this is the sign for Cuernos. So we use this sign when someone is being cheated on by his or her romantic partner. We use this sign. And a common phrase in Spanish is te han puesto los cuernos. Te han puesto los cuernos. Which means literally like they've put the horns on you. But you've been cheated, or they are cheating on you. That's the meaning. Then we have the gesture we use to indicate that you want someone to call you. So it could be like this, like you are creating a phone with your hands. I think that's also very common in other countries. With this gesture, you could sometimes say, te llamo luego. Te llamo luego. So that's I call you later. And another one is luego hablamos. Luego hablamos. We talk later. So either to say that you're going to call that person later, or to tell the other person to call you back, like we would use this. Then we have the gesture to indicate that someone has been drinking. So you would make like a glass with your hands and make a gesture like you are drinking. You can either use it to tell that someone is that has been drinking a bit too much, that is a bit drunk, but you can also maybe like use it to ask someone if they want to go for a drink. So a phrase we use with that is ¿A dónde iremos hoy? ¿A dónde iremos hoy? So that's where are we going tonight? Like where are we going today? Meaning that you are gonna get a drink. So yeah, these are some common gestures. Before continuing, I wanted to remind you again that we have prepared some PDF cheat sheets for you with a lot of useful vocabulary, so you can keep studying throughout all the week. So you are not only here with us learning Spanish on Thursdays, you also, like the rest of the days, keep on learning new vocabulary and new phrases. So make sure to click on the link on the description below for that. Now we are going to continue with some other common gestures that we use in Spain. One of them is asking someone to watch out. Asking someone to watch out. So we use our index finger and we like pointing at our eye, and it's like, be careful. So that's the gesture we do. In Spanish, that would be ten cuidado con él. Ten cuidado con él. So, yeah, be careful about him, like, watch out. That would be the meaning. Then we have another gesture to represent money. So that's rubbing our thumb and our index finger. So, for example, you could say, sus padres tienen un buen trabajo. Sus padres tienen un buen trabajo. So his parents have a nice job. So if you do this, it means that they earn a lot of money. You can use it also to say, eso cuesta mucho. Eso cuesta mucho. So that costs a lot of money. That's very expensive. So you also use that gesture. Then we have the gesture to indicate that a place is full. So normally you could do like this. And in Spanish that would be estaba lleno de gente. Estaba lleno de gente. It was full of people. So if you do this, it means that, yeah, it was full. And then we have here the gesture to express that someone is being lazy. So this is very used by parents to their children. You would you would put like your open hands, like move them up and down. Normally also the face would express that you're a bit angry at the other person. And one common phrase is, todavía no te has levantado. Todavía no te has levantado. So you still haven't got up, like haven't woken up. So yeah, a very common phrase for a parent to say. And you could do it with this gesture. So the pointy Italian hand gesture, you mean like this? I don't know, by the pointy Italian hand gesture, I can only think of this one they use in Italy a lot. We don't really use it in Spain, no, but I don't know if you mean another gesture. So let me know. So yeah. So these are all, well, of course they are not all the gestures we use, but they are the ones that I'm going to talk about in this lesson. So yeah, to see if you've really understood all of these gestures, I have some exercises to practice. I know, of course, that I cannot watch you making these gestures, so I cannot really tell you whether they are right or wrong, but still try to make them at home, and then I will do them here so you can check whether you were right or wrong. So I'm gonna read some scenarios, and then you can think of the gesture that you could do for it. So the first one is, your class is about to start and you're saying goodbye to someone, but you haven't finished talking. What gesture would you use to imply call me? So, call me, how would you say to someone, yeah, let's talk later, call me later, hablamos luego. So think a bit about it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give you the answer. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you could normally use, like I mentioned before, this gesture. You are creating a telephone with your hand. That means that you want the other person to call you later. So I hope you got that right. Now for the second case, we have your friend hasn't finished the project that is meant to be for tomorrow. He hasn't even started it. What gesture could you make to represent how lazy he is? So This is one of the last ones we talked about, right? Especially, well, in this case, it's used by one friend to another friend, but we mentioned that it's one gesture used by parents a lot. So, yeah, I don't know if you've already like guessed what gesture it is. Yeah, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you get it right? So the one we use is this one. Like, haven't you started yet? Todavía no has empezado. So with both your hands open and moving them a bit up and down. So yeah, I hope that you also got that one right. Another one, the next one, is someone is being rude. Saying nonsense. What gesture would you use to ask her to stop? So, yeah, I'm gonna let you think a bit about it. Of course, there are a lot of gestures that you could make to that person, but well, in this lesson, we are trying to keep it polite. So, I mean, we are not gonna make any really rude gesture. So just yeah. Yeah, so yeah, the Eric is right. So we could use this one with the hand open. Stop, please. Para. So then you're keeping it polite. You're not yeah. Yeah, that's a very, very good one. So now for the next case. You see your friend's boyfriend with someone else in the movie theater. When you tell your friend what gesture could you use to imply she's being cheated on? I already see like someone answered with that gesture like for the case before. But still, yeah, you can think a bit about it. And yeah, Eric, so Eric and Daniel before, he used it for the last case, are right. So it would be this one, the cuernos. So tienes los cuernos. Te han puesto los cuernos. Someone is cheating on you. So yeah, very, very well. You got it right. And the last one. Someone is asking you a favor, but you want to imply that you can do it for a price. What gesture could you use to imply money? So, I don't know if there's an emoji for that one, but yeah, it's very cool that you are answering with emojis on the comments. That's really fun. I don't know if this one is there, but yeah, I'm gonna let you try to look for it. So Eric is saying something like this, but not this. True. So the sign in Spain, it would be like this, rubbing your thumb and your index finger. It's a bit difficult to put it on an emoji because it has like the movement, but very, very nice try. So yeah, Eric, you were right. And then yes, that was the last example. Thank you everyone for participating and answering with all those emojis. It was very fun. So yeah, today we've learned a little bit about nonverbal language in Spanish. First about eye contact and personal space, then about body language, and well, then we saw a lot of common gestures that we use in Spanish. So I hope that was entertaining for you, that you learned something and that you put them into practice. I'm sure that you're gonna surprise everyone in Spain if you are very knowledgeable in all this. And apart from speaking good Spanish, you are also able to like you know when to do all these gestures and what they mean. So yeah, don't ignore all this. I think it's also a very important part of learning a language. And yeah, so before saying goodbye to you, I wanted to remind you that we have prepared all these PDF cheat sheets. They are divided by topic, so you can choose, for example, a different topic each week and focus on that for a week and learn all the vocabulary and phrases related to that one. So yeah, for that you need to click on the link on the description below and sign up for a free lifetime account. They are really useful to keep learning Spanish, so make sure to do that. Yeah, I hope that you have fun today with the lesson, and I hope also to see you next week. It's the 16th of May, and we are gonna teach you the present progressive. So we are back to grammar lesson, but still I hope that you look forward to that. Very important topic. So yeah, hope to see you here next week, and thank you for joining us. See you.